First tonight at 5, tracking Idalia as it moves across South Georgia, knocking out power and taking down trees. This is a live look at the radar as the storm moves closer to the Carolinas.
All right, and now we're taking a live look at Tybee Island, South Carolina. This is courtesy of EarthCam. You can see there some waves picking up, very strong winds blowing those trees around right now. Chief Meteorologist Chris Holcomb kicking off our coverage tonight with the latest report on that storm's track. Chris.
Well, we've been watching the impacts of Idalia moving through our area, and for us today, we've been on the fringes of the main rain shield that is just to the east of us. And as expected, we are watching some bands that are developing on the backside of that system, which is now up to the north and also to the west of us. As we put this in motion, you can see that rain shield. That's the outer edge of that right now as that moves on over to the east of mainly that light rain. Here's that band, though, that is developing on the north side. This stretches down into northern parts of Paulding County, up through Cherokee County, also into areas of Pickens County and into North Georgia near White County as well. Here's the bigger system that we're seeing right now. There's all that rain to the east of us. It is rainy in Athens right now. It's rainy out at Lake Oconee. And then as you get closer to Augusta, the rain is even harder there. And they're dealing with some winds in that area of East Georgia too. Here's how all of this is related to the center of circulation. There you see that center of circulation right now with Idalia. And at 5 o'clock, just a few moments ago, the latest advisory took this from a hurricane now to a strong tropical storm. So it's no longer hurricane strength. It is going to be moving up toward the north and east. But as we get into it closer, you can see here there's a tornado warning that was in effect for parts of northern Effingham County, now in effect for Screven County. Another one here at Charleston. It looks like the severe weather threat will remain well to the east of that center of circulation. Here's the latest advisory we just got. Tropical storm now, winds of 70 miles an hour. It is still over the state of Georgia there, close to the Carolina line. It's going to keep moving away from us pretty quickly tonight. It'll be to the east of Charleston already by 2 o'clock in the morning, and then back out over water, and then finally clearing out of our area. Let's go now to Joe Ripley. He's been in Thunder Truck traveling through all of the impacts from that storm in southeast Georgia. Joe joins us now there at Tybee Island. I see the winds blowing. You guys are about to get pretty much the brunt of the system right now, Joe.
That's right, Chris. And keep in mind, Georgia remains under a state of emergency. Here on Tybee Island, this is what we're dealing with. You can see just how strong these winds are, whipping this vegetation and foliage around. Look out over the waves in the ocean. You can see the strong surf that Idalia is responsible for. And get this, we don't even expect the worst of the impacts to come until a little bit later on tonight. The streets of Tybee Island look a little emptier ahead of Idalia's approach. Strong winds are a primary threat, with signs swaying, tree palms already wildly waving in the wind, and the ocean waves crashing on the pier.
We've been through this way too many times.
Jerome Del Soldado manages a restaurant, and he says he's ready to stay open to serve anyone who might be trapped on Tybee.
We let most of the staff off, but the main staff stays here. We make sure that everybody that's out here gets fed. All the newscasters and construction people that'll be out here, and all the people that are brave enough to stay on Tybee for the through the storms. We stay open to feed them all.
Tropical weather couldn't stop true love.
Pretty windy now. It picked up since we came out here.
Or a windy walk on the beach, even with sand pelting your face.
Feels like little pieces of glass.
Yeah. Glad I brought my sunglasses with us.
Sean Williams and Marianne Marino just flew in from Key West thinking they left Idalia. Getting home might turn out harder than they expected.
All flights in and out were canceled for today, so fingers crossed we get home tomorrow.
With threats of heavy rain, flash flooding, multi-foot storm surge and high tide, plus the possibility of rip currents, tornadoes, and power outages, Jerome Del Soldado leans on experience to get him and the island through another storm.
If we got enough people and we got enough power, then...
As a result of Idalia, schools here in Savannah and Tybee Island area are virtual today and tomorrow. Bridges in the Savannah area are shut down throughout the storm, so travel might get a little tricky, though. The main concerns we are watching where we are here in Chatham County, strong winds, heavy rain, possible coastal flooding.
All right, Joe, thank you so much for that. It's really interesting because this isn't a hurricane coming in from the Atlantic, making landfall this way. It's a hurricane that's coming in over land, but still wrapping around all that moisture, causing still some damage there along the Georgia coast as well. Stay with us. We're going to keep tracking this as it exits our area and let you know about the improving weather back behind Idalia.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. And all of you at home can stay with 11 Alive for updates on the storm. We have a live blog right now on 11alive.com with the latest information about what you need to know.